Right. So here's the agenda for today. A little bit lighter than usual launches, but a lot of in here. So without further ado, to Lucia.
Thank you, Nick. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ligia Landini. I'm the product manager responsible for outdoor luminaires. And I'm here today to present our new performance class dual selectable cutoff wall pack. So if you can go to the next slide, Nick, please. So here is are the detailed specs of this product. We are recently in our November launch, we launched the non-cut-off version of this same product, so it does have the same look and feel. It's our new exclusive LEDVANCE design, and it's dual selectable. So we have 3 color temperatures, 3000, 4000, 5000 K in the same product. And then we have 3 wattages lumen outputs as well. And we have 4 different sizes available, going from 35 watts that can be reduced to 20 as it's selectable, up to 150 watts. The efficacy is 150 lumens per watt. It's 120, 347, and we also have the high voltage 277, 480 volts available. The lenses are polycarbonate. It has a surge protection of 4 kV, photocell integrated, and we also have versions with emergency battery backup already installed. And I'm going to show you in the next slide, if you can go to the next one, Nick. So the field installable sensors. So back in when we launched the non-cut-off version of this wall pack, we also launched the field installable sensors that are available for wall packs for the first time in our portfolio. And here we can use those same sensors. Those are the same sensors that we use for our area lights, for our high bays. So we use across the board, available in PIR or microwave. With this wall pack, we just use the L adapter, just to make sure we don't hit the wall when we install the sensor, but it's pretty easy. Just screw in. The receptacle is already included in the product. So you don't really need to order a separate SKU that has the sensor. We don't need to install the sensor as make to order. It's just like ready to go for the plug and play sensors. Again, I mentioned already, but the main features: CCT and lumen selectable integrated photo cell that can be disabled if needed, optional EMBB. The lenses are polycarbonate, so vandal resistant, and UV stabilized, so it will not yellow over time. If you can go to the next slide, please, Nick. So here is an overview of our wall packs portfolio. And with this cutoff version, we kind of complete our portfolio. We launched the value class versions earlier last year. And then under performance class, we have, so value class, again, just a reminder that here we are talking about the best price point. And then we go to performance class, we add efficacy, we add some features, surge protection, we add the screw-in plug and play sensors, and we have the adjustable version of the cutoff wall pack as well that can be used as a floodlight. And then we have the superior class that are our 10-year warranty products, very focused on projects where we really need the 10-year warranty or some specific optical distributions and so on. So here, this new product goes under performance class, and yeah, so it's in our second tier. Next one, please, Nick. This is a phase in, phase out. So we are phasing out the current Sylvania Ultra LED CCT selectable cutoff wall pack. We have today a family with 10 SKUs. Some of them are make to order. And we are phasing in the LEDVANCE performance class dual selectable cutoff wall pack. It's one family with 8 SKUs for now. So we have the emergency, the ones with emergency battery backup and the ones with high voltage drivers, 480-volt drivers as well. All those products are going to be stocked, so none of them are make to order. They are all available in stock, or will be actually. Next one. So here in summary, so they will be available by mid-April in stock. So we're doing the transition, selling off our current inventory of the Sylvania version and bringing in this new product into stock. It's arriving in April. As a summary of like the main features that we are changing, we are increasing some of the efficacy. Some of the features are getting better, but it's dual selectable. It has the field installable sensors and integrated photo cell and optional EMBB. So you have the QR code for the spec sheet here if you need more details, and also any questions, anything, I'm happy to help. I don't see any questions right now, but well, I'll be here. So if you have any questions, just like type that on the chat, and just see the comment that I like that it has a photo cell, nice, and it's important to note all our wall packs. They have photo cell integrated, and and they can be disabled if the customer for some reason doesn't want it. Okay, thank you, Kelly. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Lucia. And again, if you have any questions or anything that you might not have asked right now, but as we go through the presentation, just make sure to put wall pack and then your question, and Lucia will definitely answer inside the chat. Awesome. So thank you, Lucia.
Thank you.
And we will move right along to Link. So Deepak, take it away.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you everyone for joining the call. We'll talk about LEDVANCE Link. We got a great response with LEDVANCE Link from the launch, and we got good responses from the sales team. Especially, the main idea was to fill the gaps, and in this launch, we are coming up with field installable components. If you see here, we have added 5 to 7 new components over the period, and we'll look into all the components which are actually filling the gaps that we looked on the field. So if we go to the next slide, please. So here we are launching 5 new products this time. We have a zone controller, we have a plug load controller, we have a time clock module, a line voltage dual tech sensor, and also wall switches covering different applications. Next slide, please. We look into each component. So the first one is the 20 ampere Bluetooth mesh zone controller. Previously, we had 3 ampere zone controllers, so it was very limited when it comes to wattages. The maximum, the BLE pack was 360 watts. So applications, especially when you have open offices, big open offices where you have the lighting control panel, a lighting control panel, which is 20 amperes, right? So to cover those applications, we are coming up with a 20 ampere. So the input would be 120 to 77, and you can fully load it up to 20 amperes. So you can, each power pack can load up to 2,400 watts. These are IP22, and these are also code compliant. Next slide, please. line voltage wall switch. So the reason we had this product is mainly focused on school projects. Each state and district has a code requirement of adding line voltage switches. So this is powered line, but this has a Bluetooth node in it, so it can directly communicate with the other Bluetooth nodes with the link controllers. You do not have to wire anything from the switch to the sensors or the fixture. Everything is Bluetooth. This has three buttons, so it's straightforward on off and raise low, and it can also be paid using the link app. Next slide, please. Line voltage dual tech sensors. Okay, so all the sensors till today we had were very specific to PIR. So we had applications where you need dual technology, especially for small motion detection. So this is that was the idea behind bringing up this dual tech sensor. So applications like restrooms, copy rooms, break areas. This is where you need small motion detection. So that is the reason we came up with the dual tech sensor slash controller. This also has a relay in it. So downstream of the sensor, you can directly load all your luminaires, and you can load it. It comes with a 6 ampere relay in it, so you can load up to 720 watts. Talking about dual tech sensors, it has ultrasonic and PIR. This doesn't have a daylight harvesting, so this is just on off, and it doesn't have a dimming as well. We are working on getting a new family in our next launch where you can also do the dimming using the sensor. But this line voltage sensor is specifically for on off only. Next slide, please. So quickly wanted to show the coverage pattern because if you look into PIR versus ultrasonic, if you see the PIR, the detection range is very minimal, whereas by enabling the ultrasonic, you have a wide coverage area, which can go up to 44 feet when you're mounting at a height of 8 feet. This is just an approximate value. Next slide, please. Plug load controllers. The main reason is this is something we got from the field. The request where this is by code. Code has been implementing and mandating it on different applications, especially in commercial spaces where you need plug load controllers in different locations. Like for example, in private offices, you need to have 50% of the plug load controlled. So that is the reason we added a Bluetooth plug load controller. This is a 120 volt in. So if you look into the image, the first half portion of it is constantly powered, whereas the bottom receptacle would be controlled, which means whenever your sensor times out, whatever the load connected to this bottom receptacle turns off. So that is the idea, and it's code driven. So we also have that in our portfolio now. Next slide, please. Time clock module. Okay, so the whole idea of adding a time clock module is to help the scheduling process. Right now, when we schedule a site, whenever there is a power outage, the schedule is disturbed. So this device actually have a battery in it. So whenever there is a power outage, the battery kicks in and constantly feed the Bluetooth ecosystem with what exactly the time is so that your schedules are not disturbed. Example, if you have programmed a space with 8 to 5 all the lights on, and after 5 light goes off, and imagine if there is a power outage at 12, the system do not know what the time is when the power come back. So this module keeps up the time whenever there is a power outage, and it constantly feeds the Bluetooth mesh network saying, hey, this is the time and you should go off by 5. So it actually helps the scheduling process. And you have to add one time control module per zone. Next slide, please. Bluetooth signal booster and controller. We recently launched this. The reason I wanted to speak about is more like an awareness. The reason we add this Bluetooth slash controller is to aid the commissioning process. So it helps the signal stability and the communication between all the Bluetooth nodes. This ranges up to 1,000 feet. So it builds whenever you have a zone of fixtures, it actually helps with a faster response. Like whenever you press a button, there you won't see any delays when when you're looking at turning off the lights on and off. So this actually helps commissioning as well as stabilizing the mesh network. It also has a relay, 6 amperes. So technically you can use both as a signal booster as well as a power pack at the same time. And we recommend to add at least one signal booster for for 50 nodes or 50 Bluetooth nodes. Next slide, please. Plug and play sensor adapter. So you might have already seen this in different applications. A lot of our portfolio already had the 3-pin, especially in linear highways and UFOs. So to add, to reduce the contractor effort on the site, so that he doesn't have to like dismantle the fixture and do the wiring and stuff. We came up with an adapter. So this is a 3-pin to 3.5 pin. So this is, you can easily add this onto the fixture and you can use one of the two sensors slash controllers, which is 62630 or 62634, and reduce the labor time on the side. But then this is one of the products which everyone liked it, and I'm sure you will like it too. Next slide, please.
Before we move forward, there are a few questions, just so they don't get lost.
Let's see. To read the questions.
I can read them for you if you need.
That would be great.
Okay, so how long will the battery sustain the time clock module without power?
So the when it's constantly powered, so once you have that battery kicks in, it can work up to 2 to 3 days.
Okay. Another question, if ultrasonic covers such a longer range, why even have the PIR sensor added?
So it works in a combination. So it has both PIR and it's more like a power saving at this point. So there's constant of both the combination works a lot better than just with the ultrasonic.
Okay, and then I believe if we go back, slide here, you follow essence, but not devices.
So the 5540 watt was for 277V, right? Yes, that's correct. You can call out watts for incandescent but not for LED. How come? Where was that, Robert?
So
For LED also it's watts.
yeah, I believe it's on the load controller, the slide that I have up.
LED it's actually watts. If you see somewhere it's not, then it would be a typo, but for LEDs, it's usually watts.
Okay.
Any other questions? I don't think so. Okay. So, okay, so these are a few images just to show how these are installed on different applications for UFO and linear high base. Next slide, please. Again, a few more use cases that we wanted to show how easily this can be mounted and clean it looks once they are installed. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is a summary. We have PIB spec sheets. The inventory would be available as May, and we are trying to push to get this by mid-April. So we'll keep you posted on when the inventory would be, but we are trying to expedite this process and get this in stock as soon as possible. And I think that's all I have from my side. If you have any questions, please put it on the chat and I can respond back. Thank you so much, guys.
So thank you, Deepak. I also wanted to shout out Neil, who also works alongside Deepak to help answer some questions in the chat.
Thank you, Anil.
All right, so thank you, Deepak, and we'll move right along to our next product for Jody.
Hello, everyone. I will be talking to you today about the LEDVANCE LED T8 with EMBB capability. This will be under our name EmergeSafe. So this is a type B lamp. It is certified to UL 924, which means that the product is hardwired into the fixture. So it is using the lamp pins to hold it in place, but it is not having the electrical connection that way. So there's a built-in lithium battery. This ships in off mode, so we are not running down the battery during transit and storage time. It will operate as a typical type B lamp. So in normal mode, it will be providing just like any other lamp, but if the power is interrupted, it will switch on to emergency mode running at 3.5 watts. At the beginning of the power interruption, it'll provide close to 600 lumens, but down at that 90-minute threshold, which is the requirement, it'll be closer to 430 lumens. So, and it will continue to ramp down over time. It doesn't shut off at 90 minutes, but it will continue to get dimmer. It does contain an external test switch, and it comes with an accessory just as an extra protection to keep it installed via the pins. This product is also color selectable. So it is 3,500, 41, and 5,000 Kelvin, and it's high efficiency at over 142 LPW. Next slide. So this just gives a little more detail about the installation. Please refer to the manual, of course, as always, before installing. When you receive the lamp and you're installing it, you want to switch to on for the battery. Then you'll install the red cap over that. And once you install that cap, it's not going to come off. So it's very important not to do that before you turn the battery switch on. We do not recommend this for use, excuse me, with UL type A or A+B lamps when used as a type A. You're going to want to remember to disconnect all emergency inverters or ballasts that are operating fluorescent lamps. And also, please remember to keep the luminaire warning sticker that comes in every box. There's one per lamp, and affix it to the luminaire so that the next installer is aware that you've modified the fixture. This is also part of the UL to maintain your UL for that fixture. For ceilings up to 8 feet, this is going to provide enough illumination, but if you have a higher ceiling, we recommend that you install 2 lamps in your emergency fixture for the proper illumination. We do indicate storage temperature and operating temperature, and that storage temperature is because of the battery. Next slide, please. So as a type B lamp, it can be installed in conjunction with other type Bs that are either single or double-ended. But as you can see in the illustration, we're not connecting wires to the sockets that this product will be occupying. So again, it has a harness. It's going to go through a knockout and it will be wired separately from the lamps. And again, that is your UL 924 requirement. Again, you can use this with an A+B, but when it's operating as a UL type B. Next slide. Okay, so in summary, this will operate as a standard lamp when it's in normal mode. When the power is interrupted, it'll go to your emergency mode. It does contain the external test feature, the test button. UL 924 certified, as I am aware of as today, there's one other product that has the actual UL 924. I have seen other products claim to have UL 924, but if you dig deeper into their information, it will meet the requirement of the illumination when the power is interrupted, but not the hardwire piece. So that is the main difference of our product and other products. There is no phase out. This is a net new product for us. And inventory was late February, got a recent update just with the container situation. It'll be early March now. So it's coming. And I think that was it. I do not see any questions. But if you do, I'll also be online for the rest of the presentation. So type them in the chat and I'll get at them. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Jody. It's a great product. All right. And then I'll hand it off to Gerardo with the flush mount.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Gerardo Cisneros, and I'm in charge of consumer luminaires. So I'm going to be talking about two different product families here. So which is ceiling light. The first family is the flash mount ceiling light with night light. If you go to the next slide, please. So we got two different products here, which is a color difference is a black and gold and black and white. These products are metal with glass shade. It's really high-end looking and feel products. They 1400 lumens on the regular light and about 40 lumens on night light mode. And the way the night light works is really simple. You flip your switch on, off, and it turns to night light. And then you do the same thing and you go back to your regular light. This product is 50,000 hour lifetime, is 5 CCT selectable for the regular main light, and is 22K for the night light mode. It's 5-year warranty, 120 volts, triac dimmable, and it's really easy to install as well. It's down braided and ETL as well. We have this product in stock and it's ready for you guys. So as soon as got to sell, we can go ahead. So yeah, it's pretty much covered all of this stuff. The night light is one of the features that we adding to different product categories. So to make to create a differentiator for our product. So this is it for this product. So moving on to the next product family. This is the wall lanterns family. So go to the next slide, Nick, please. Thank you. We have 4 different products in this family. The lumens range from 450 lumens to 1,000 lumens. They integrated LEDs, CCT selectable. They 50,000 hour rated life, 120 volts, easy install for all of these. They all have a dust down sensor on them, and we also have a cap that comes in the packaging that you can bypass the product. That can bypass the dust down sensor. So what it means is, when you cover, you bypass it. Now it works as a regular on-off product. And one of the reasons why we do that, because of the design. Some of these designs can be indoor use. So we want to have that option to bypass the sensor, so you can just work it out as a regular on-off product. So these are also available, and these are wet rated for outdoor, as I mentioned. And And yeah, so if you move on to the next one, these are ready in stock. You know, all the specs are ready, and these are aluminum metal frames, so they really strong and for outdoor rated. So I think that's it. I mean, really simple two product families. We have these in stock, like I mentioned. These are extended from retail, and some of these products that we have are doing pretty good. And I just wanted to bring it out to trade and start selling. You know, like these are good items.
Awesome. Thank you, Gerardo. Yes, these are great as well. There is a question. It just says ADA. I don't know if you need to elaborate on that a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not sure what ADA means.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
That is fine. Okay, another one. So, Keith, if you want to just elaborate on what ADA means, and then we'll take this other question. So for Jody, is there a minimum quantity when purchasing the EMBB lamps?
There is not a minimum quantity in the box, so the case quantity is 10.
So, okay, and then the question, so is it American Disability Act, is that compliant with these products?
So first it's out from the wall. I'll check on these. I'll check on these standards and see how far and if it meets that. So I'll get back to okay on this.
Okay. All right. I think that's all the questions. So thank you, Gerardo, for presenting your products.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nick.
All right. So that concludes the February 2024 product launch for today. So as I mentioned at the beginning, there will be a recap email sent out to everybody that will include this slide deck as well as the recording that will also be posted on our website and on our YouTube channel. If you have any other questions or if there are questions that we did not get to or got lost in the chat, please reach out to your local LEDVANCE sales rep, and I'm sure that they'll be able to help get the answers. Otherwise, that is it for today. So I want to thank all the speakers who presented their products, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. Thank you again.